What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Zyda Houston podcast, where you'll hear me talk about literally everything. So I hope you enjoy. Hello, people. Hope you're doing good today. I really want to thank you for listening. Yeah, it's a pretty good day today. I hope we are getting outside and getting our bodies in the sun today. I hope today is filled with mystery, filled with wonder, filled with opportunity for you to take. I hope today is great. And it starts with you. It starts with your effort towards getting that day great. Yep, I am pretty happy. I'm honestly, I'll just be happy to get my car this week. Uh, yeah, I've been waiting on my car for a month, honestly. I got to drive it maybe 2 days in the past month. It's been pretty bad, but I am looking positively. I'm thinking positively about this. It's just a sign. A sign that I need to change my life. Sign that I need to do things differently. And yeah, I'm trying to think of it as positively as I can. I mean, anybody who has a car knows that like they can't go like a week without their car. Like a week is rough. But yeah, um, that happened. Um, I hope that people are, excuse me. I hope that people are grateful for their cars. Go out and say thank you to your car right now for taking you everywhere that it does. I want to make sure people are grateful of um, just their being right now. Say thank you to the universe for creating you. Um, I really hope people are uh, excited in this new chapter in our lives. 2022. It's literally new to all of us. Who knows what it'll bring? I hope people are um, uh, hopeful in that 2022 brings great gifts of um, prosperity, and yeah, I hope that it is a great year for all. I hope that we are preparing for it to be a great year, preparing to make it a great year, preparing to grab those blessings that 2022 is trying to, well, that is getting ready to give us. Yeah, I hope that, yeah, we are just hopeful in this new year. I mean, you hear a lot of stuff about just bad things are gonna happen, or just how like you just don't, like, in the news you hear bad things that's gonna happen next. You don't ever hear good things, or at least it's not as loud, I say. um yeah, it's pretty windy outside. I haven't been outside yet, but I'm finna run like right after this. And I'm just looking out like at the trees and power lines, and they're actually like swaying a lot. So, but it's gonna be a long run today, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. Uh, I just thought of my run. Sorry, it's going to hurt, but I am ready for it. Uh, yeah. I don't know why, like right before I turned this on, I wanted to talk about relationships, even though I haven't been in like a real relationship in like literally 2 years. Like 2019, that was my last relationship. Uh, but yeah, like, yeah, my last like serious relationship. Yeah, I don't know why I wanted to talk about that, but I feel like I've seen enough things on social media and the internet to for me to get a good grasp of what the problem is, or what some of the problems are. I mean, because yeah, there are a lot of problems. I saw this TikTok uh on TikTok. I don't know why I said that. I saw this TikTok and um it was about people. I mean, it was about this guy was explaining how relationships don't work out because, well, some relationships don't work out because the female don't she isn't looking for people that are her same animal. I'm not doing a good job of explaining this, but basically, like, when you're in a relationship or if you're looking to date, then you should be looking to date the same species as you are. So if you are a lion and you like to roar, you like to be feisty, you like to be a little ghetto, you know. Some of y'all are a little ghetto, y'all are a little y'all act a certain way, and you look for certain reactions to that, you know. Um, Maybe just because you're used to certain reactions to that, and you need to look for somebody who is a lion. You need to look for somebody who loves to roar. You know, you need to look for somebody who is a little feisty, because that person is going to keep up with you. That person is going to be entertaining. He's going to be uh hmm, he isn't going to be somebody who's going to roll over for you. And then is it going to be like uh um not, I don't want to say like, not uh I cannot like think of the word. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I don't want to say it's not interesting, but yeah, that's what I'm going to use for now. That person is going to be interesting to you for at least not for long. You know, after, like, even if he's like a 10 out of 10, you wouldn't want him around. You know, because he's the wrong energy for your type. This isn't really. I honestly didn't see it as the best thing, but it does do a good job of explaining just mindsets. Um, People need certain traits to balance them out. Um, that's why I think that some relationships don't work because uh, the traits are off. You know, the balance is off, and um, you know, sometimes you get a lion that loves a gazelle. Sometimes you just get weird combinations that actually do work, but excuse me. That's really why it was an imperfect system to me. But most of the time, that lion's gonna want another lion, or that gazelle's gonna want another gazelle. You know, I'm not just saying it's lions and gazelles. There are all different types of beautiful people out there. Turtles, you know, dolphins. Yeah, but I'm just saying you should really look for somebody as close as your match as you can find. Opposites do not attract. You're not gonna bond over what you don't have in common, unless you're just really, really interested in just getting to know that person. Which, I mean, it is common too. It happens, you know. And honestly, I think that that's really why it's so hard to give relationship advice, because there's so many different types of people in it. You can't, like, normally even the person talking can't can't know the type of person they are, you know, because that is kind of subjective. It's not a perspective they are capable of grasping. Um, yeah, even me. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't honestly put myself in any category. I'm forever changing. You know. I would consider myself an elk, if anything. Uh, yeah, a lean elk. Yeah, if I had to be an animal, that's probably the one I'd be, or or a cheetah. No, no, not a cheetah. I only say cheetah because they're fast, but they're small and they kind of suck. I'll probably be an elk. They're fast too, and they're strong. They're way bigger than a cheetah. But yeah, I kind of cut off topic right there. But yeah, that's really why it's so hard to get a relationship advice. 'Cause so many people are different. So many people are changing constantly. So many people don't know who they are. Some people think they aren't ghetto. You're probably ghetto, Brady. If you have to think about it, you're probably ghetto. Sorry to tell you. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with being ghetto. You just gotta find somebody who's ghetto too. You gotta find somebody who matches that ghetto. Cause there are honestly different levels of ghetto. Anybody who's ever been in ghetto, they know there are different levels of ghetto. It's not just like that's a broad term ghetto, but um, there are definitely different phases of ghetto-ness. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 3 is the 6-inch nails. Level 1 is the $300 weave. Um, but yeah, yeah, there are definitely different levels of personalities. I mean, like all jokes aside, there are different levels of you. We all vary from time to time. And we're all changing as time goes on, and it's really why it's so hard, and why I kind of just wanted to give that little bit of tidbit of advice. Because I mean, I haven't been in a relationship. I'm not the one who really needs to be giving relationship advice to be listening for relationship advice. But I mean, hey, if that's just what I've learned and something I've really seen as a trend on the internet. Excuse me. I hope that people are first loving themselves before you start trying to find a relationship, because they not if you aren't happy single, you're not gonna be happy taken. I hope that you're really just trying to find your happiness and your fulfillment in life, and hope that it is um I hope that you aren't stopping that until you are like, just don't stop, honestly, because you're not gonna just feel fulfilled one day like, oh yeah, I have it figured out. No, it is a completely um it is a lifelong journey, this thing we call figuring out the game. um Waking up, realizing our full potential is a lifelong game. You should never stop the journey, even once you find your wife, find your soulmate. You should never quit the journey of self-discovery, because that is honestly, it's something that no thing, no person, nothing in this existence can help you find. And I mean, hey, some people could honestly be happier finding it on them by themselves, but um, me on the other hand, I mean, I've enjoyed this by myself. But I would enjoy bouncing ideas off of another deep thinker, of another person who is introspective enough to think their perspective is flawed, uh is imperfect by nature, because it is only one perspective. I definitely I definitely can't wait till I find that girl. Hopefully sooner than later. Like, I really want to have kids when I'm like 25. Like, I want to be married and have kids by 25. I'm 22 now, so that's saying that I'm gonna find somebody like tomorrow. But yeah, I just don't want to have kids late, and I want to be like, cause I want to be around for like my grandkids and all of that. I know that's like very far ahead, and I'm like thinking too much about it probably, but that's just my view on it. I don't. I want to I'm not scared of being a young parent. I mean, because 25, I'm going to be well off at 25. Like, yeah. So it's not that. I just want to best use my time, And I honestly think that right now I'm probably in peak. Not that I am peaking, but I am in peak uh aptitude of not just physical fitness, but um physical health. I mean, it's the same thing, but mental health. I guess not really, cause this I'm probably the dumbest I'll ever be in my life right now. Let's hopefully I don't get dumber. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm young, I'm healthy, uh, I am agile, fertile. I'm good right now. I want to meet somebody while they're good. I want to meet somebody while we're good, while we're getting better. While we're getting gooder, doing our things. Finding our ways. And I really, I really would enjoy, like, I really would enjoy bouncing ideas off of somebody. Not just ideas, but concepts. Just different philosophies. Literally anything. Like any type uh of conversation worth the substance, worth the effort. Um, I really actually really enjoy that. Any type of deep, meaningful conversation. It only got to be deep and meaningful. Just how hard have you thought about it, really? Like for real. Excuse me. That is what I enjoy. That is what I uh look for in a mate. Not that all my exes are like philosophers or something, but like I honestly enjoy talking to them more than anything. Like I that's because that's what I look for. Like if I'm coming to you and you're kind of dry, kind of like you have internet speech is what I like to call it. You like kind of talk like you got your vocabulary for the internet. I get very disinterested in like even if you're a 10, I can't. It's just distracting. It's like, have you ever just like try to understand who you are as a person? Or do you just like copy and paste from the internet? Copy and paste from what Twitter's doing right now. That is so lame. Like, come on. You're wasting your brain, honestly. That's not directed towards anybody. Unless I like unless I like came up to you and you was doing that and yeah, I never you never heard from me again, but um yeah. Yeah, honestly though, you can do better and you probably know that. Yeah. Yeah, that's really why like people who aren't afraid to think about it and be wrong about it. Like even if you said something just off the wall crazy, that's better than saying something like cliche. That's better than saying something that is just super like I could have what is it called? I could have said that for you. I could have literally known what you were gonna say as you're saying it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, uh, maybe I just don't get that crowd. Yeah. Um, or maybe I'm just thinking about it wrong. But yeah, I like nice conversation. I don't know. Sue me. Uh, yeah. Um, man, did y'all know that it costs $4 million per mile to build a what was it called? A street, two-way street that is back and forth, one lane, two-way street. It's $4 million per mile to build that in the city. $4 million. In urban areas, 3 million, 2 to 3 million in the urban areas. That is insane. That is ridiculous. I think that if cities could, uh, if cities could find better solutions to that, um, they could save a lot of money, and that could go to a plethora of things. Um, excuse me, homelessness, needy kids, uh, literally anything like schools, literally like there's so many things that they could go towards. I don't want to just bore you with naming them all, but it's not really boring because yeah, those are it's still very serious things. But yeah, and I feel like a lot of that probably goes towards labor and towards uh what's it called, labor and um yeah, probably honestly mostly labor. um but yeah, what else is there? Supplies, materials needed, that's about it. Put some cones out. um and labor is what I'm considering labor is like everything, from the transportation of materials to the transportation of like anybody who has a job there, that is labor. I'm not gonna just list off every job, but yeah. um yeah, and I definitely think that we should really try to automate a lot of the nitty gritty of stuff, the stuff that is really harmful to people to be in, especially like high demanding labor jobs. Not high demand as in like they're very needed, but high demand as in their high demand labor as in their very labor intensive. I definitely think that we could do better in that field. Yeah, especially with like just patching up holes on the street. Like there should be a way for it to be easier, than just blocking off the street for days. Literally having cones there for no reason. Like no one's there working on it, but it's still blocked off. Um, yeah, I definitely think we can do better in that regard. Yeah, it is a great time to be alive. We spend a lot of money on useless things. Um, Man, I had an epiphany about like just why do people like big houses? Like, what is the real like honestly? Because what is the real goal of having a big house? Like I thought about it, and what I came up with was to host big events, to host act like to host. That is the point of having a big house. If you have a big house, if you want a big house, then you should be wanting it to invite other people to the scene. You shouldn't want a big house just to want a big house. That is pointless. Well, at least from what I got from it, unless you just have like I don't know whatever your own personal reason for wanting a big house is. That's my reason for what I came up with, and I really thought about like, dang, do I really want like just a huge mansion? What really made me think about that was I saw I was watching Family Guy last night. I know like this just shows you like how I think. I was watching Family Guy last night, and it was they were showing the Pewter Smith's house. Anybody who watches Family Guy or doesn't watch Family Guy, the Pewter Smith's house is Lois's parents' house is like this huge mansion, and like they were showing them having like a banquet or something in their living room, like literally maybe 10, 12 tables. And I thought about it. It was just like, dang, that. So that's really like that would be the only reason why you want a big house. Cause like it's a huge house. Like literally, their living room was the size of a banquet hall. Like anybody's like a small auditorium. That's their living room. Yeah, stage and all. But yeah, that would be the only reason that I could think of to have a big house. Um, that I would still want a big house regardless, or at least a medium sized house, like a mini mansion. That's honestly good enough. Like, cause I would want to host a big event every now and then, but I can rent an event hall if I really want it. Like just to host, if I needed to host a big event, I would do that. Cause first of all, I want cleaning service to come with it, and cause I'm not gonna clean up all them people in. Sorry. And I wouldn't want to just have to maintain that house. So even if I could, honestly, even if I could afford a huge house, I wouldn't want it. But I would definitely want like a nice little gated community, you know, a nice sized piece of land, um, like an acre or two. Nothing just too big. At least not yet. Yeah, because I definitely, um, I want to farm. I want to have a farm. That's honestly been a dream of mine for the past couple years. Just owning a farm, taking care of my farm animals. Nothing like grand scale. Nothing. I'm not considering scaling anything. Like I'm literally just trying to have enough food and meat for me and my family. That's it. Not trying to sell anything. Maybe give some to some friends or something. Have a barbecue or something. But nothing like serious. I'm not trying to um, be Bill Gates or nothing. He's literally buying farmland all across the United States, and that should scare a lot of people. Not scare a lot of people, but just make a lot of people think. Think about, okay, maybe all of um this urge to get the newest thing is not helping. Well, it's not that it shouldn't be the primary focus. Like we should maybe start to focus on things that actually matter. Excuse me. Once you see one of the richest people in the world buying farmland, like he's expecting some huge shift in just the production of goods. That's kind of weird. Because why would he be buying food if he thought food was gonna be the same? 'Cause, I mean, right now food is not food, but like potential foodage. I'll say that. Why would he be buying potential foodage if he thought food was gonna be just as easy as it's always been to get, at least in recent years? Uh, I know in the U.S. we see a lot of waste in food products, and um, I really think that's probably because it's just really cheap to get, and that's honestly kind of gross. It should be a little harder to get food. Not to say it should be like harder to get food as in like it should cost more. I honestly think just the cost, the money thing is not, it's cute, but it's not gonna last. It's just not. It's not. Or at least not in the same way it's been lasting. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure crypto is going to change it a lot. It should at least shake things up. I'm not saying we're like not gonna have money thing, not gonna be buying things anymore. But it's gonna be different come 2030. It's gonna be different. It's not gonna be like just huge changes. It's gonna be small changes that are happening literally right now. There are gonna be changes to how it's taxed, changes to how it's mm, can be moved, changes to a lot of different things, and just the way we treat our system of currency. I definitely think that we'll see some big changes in that. um, and just really how we value money, I think is kind of gross. It's kind of shaped a society that values money overall. Um, and I think that'll change. Uh, it'll possibly just be something like kind of bartering, some kind of bartering for services and goods. Like that would, because honestly, that is how a lot of the world still trades. Um, not trades, but like buys and sells goods. You know, they do it on a trading system. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that is still it's something that worked for millions of years until we needed to um account for seasonal changes and varying times in supply and demand. And I definitely think that we'll start to see a change. I don't honestly. I'm not an economist. I couldn't tell you like how it'll change, but I definitely think that we're already starting to see. Well, We've been seeing um, shifts in culture about in. We've been seeing shifts in culture, and I honestly think that it's kind of a red light of the problems that are going on in the culture. A culture that praises money and praises uh, financials, not just money really, but power. Um, I think that is weird. I think it's weird that people like power. I think that is really weird. I mean, with great power comes great responsibility, and that's really what they be dodging is responsibility for all they do, or at least they shift the responsibility or scapegoat the responsibility to, like it's a system that it doesn't work. And I realize that the Constitution was written a long time ago, but it's time to update it. Okay, it's time to change it a little bit, at least update it to the times. We have the internet now. We know that uh, taxes are a tax on the middle class. We know that um, we have a middle class now. We have an uprising middle class, not an uprising, but an upcoming middle class that is getting further and further away from the upper classes. The wealth gap is serious. It is scary, serious. Yeah, it's serious. uh, it's not so serious as, and you should be scared of it because like there's enough money out there for all of us. There's enough wealth out there for all of us. You just gotta really start thinking about how you're using it to benefit you. Excuse me. Because we all use our money to benefit us, whether it be buying us a tasty sandwich or buying us a new coat that will bring up our social status, like or literally anything, or that buying 50,000 Shiba Uno or whatever crazy crypto you're into, or a couple thousand ICP or AMP. Literally, you use money to help you. You know, you use money to make things better for you, and just how you use it is how it'll use you. So I really hope that you're thinking about that, and I hope that you are um making sure you keep that in mind with everything you do and how you spend your dollar, because it is hard earned, so it should have some type of return. Yeah. um I really hope that you know that. Yeah, anybody working a 12-hour shift, they know. They don't want their money going to literally just like they don't want their money to be played with, um if you are working a 12-hour shift, then how do you do it? Like, do you drink a 5-hour energy before or during? uh like, how do you stay up, and just how are you able to do that and stay sane? When do you sleep? Like, I seriously, I have so many questions. But yeah, thank you for working a 12-hour shift. We need people working 12-hour shifts. We need people putting in that extra time. Okay, we need super grinders, even if it's especially if it's something that you don't want to do, because once you can actually do something that you do want to do, you will put in 16 hours. You'll be working 80, 100 hour weeks, and you'll be loving it, so it won't be feeling like work. Especially like anybody who's like 20, working 8 hours, 12-hour shifts. Thank you. You are great. We love you. You will be the future. I promise you. You will be the future. If you keep working on yourself and just stop thinking that this is it, stop thinking that this check is nice enough, you will be great. You will literally get to live your dreams, okay? Um, and anybody who's working part time, I'm pretty sure there's a reason. Like, you're probably in school, or probably doing something else. And there are people who are working 12-hour shifts in school and 8-hour shifts in school. Of course, they're not doing it every day, but they're still like it's possible. And I just really want to say thank you all for your time, your effort, your dedication to the craft of making life convenient, making life easier for all of us. I really, 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 really want to appreciate you right now, and I really want to make sure you know that you are appreciated in this moment. Yeah. Um, I'm supposed to start a 12-hour shift at Amazon um next year sometime. My shift got canceled. I don't know why. But I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna wait until they have some more available shifts. Or yeah, cause um I like that shift, and it was close. It was like just a couple miles away. Like, normally the warehouses are like way like 30 miles an hour away, but that one was like a good 15, 20 minutes away. So I was happy with that. So I'm gonna just look for that, and if I can't find that, then I'll honestly try to find a job on campus, because I have skills now, so I could honestly work a technical role on school, and I wouldn't have to commute then. So I'm honestly just uh, trying to stay flexible in um my role searching, and my it's where I'm putting my time, because I'm trying to get everything to fit around my schedule, instead of fitting around everything else. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. Yeah, and then like really just trying to structure my days to where I have maximum opportunity. You know, if I'm literally doing, like, there's a balance. Elon Musk, he didn't just start working 12-hour days. Okay, he didn't. I mean, like 16-hour days, 18-hour days. He didn't start doing that. Okay, he started probably working some job that he really didn't want to do. I mean, he was still Elon Musk, and I'm pretty sure he had like just some money before. I don't know his story, but um, like, he probably was doing some job that he didn't want to do, plus Tesla or whatever it was then, and he was probably just like putting in like 4 hours there, and like 8 hours there, and then still living his life. And it kind of built up over time. And as he was able to shift his where his income was coming from whatever it had been. I actually think Elon Musk he did invent PayPal, didn't he? I do believe so. Let me just fact check that real quick. Uh, yeah, I think he actually did invent PayPal. So yeah, he was already a billionaire like 20, but like the people who are billionaires at 30, the people who are billionaires at 40, when they were 25 and 30, they were working a job, and then one day they was like, you know what? I got a good idea. I think this idea can make it. There are people out there who have a good idea right now, who maybe possibly they have the next $1 billion idea, possibly the next multi-billion-dollar idea, but they think they're gonna fail. They don't think they're good enough. They don't think they are motivated enough to get it done. So they're gonna sit on that idea. They're gonna spend time and years and years and years convincing themselves that they made the right decision, not taking that idea on, not actually putting energy into that idea. They're gonna trick themselves into thinking that that idea is stupid, that they're stupid, that they weren't ever gonna make that money, they weren't ever gonna change from this lifestyle. When that is all a lie, that is all a game, that whatever sick energy is possessing you with. I definitely think that ideas are well that's honestly a different discussion. Let me try to stay on topic. I think that we should value ideas. I think that we should value our ideas, and even if it's like just it seems stupid. I mean, literally, a pet rock was a thing, and that sold a million, a couple million actually. I think so. And yeah, he's a millionaire now, or he or she. I don't know who did it, but they are a millionaire now. And even if you got like just a dumb idea, you never know what it can do. Excuse me. Like I always say, everything in life you can thank for. Everything in life you can give thanks for, because of a dream and because of the effort you put towards making it happen. Everything else is an accident. Like literally, you don't know how it's going to turn out. You should just put effort towards it and really try to make it as good as you can. You know, as great as it can be. You know, because that is why. That's why you have a brain to think. You have a brain to think, so use it. Think. Sorry about that. Um, you should really try and get out of your comfort zone as much as you can. I mean, you can start small, start light if you want, you know. Because honestly, it's a marathon, not a race. Most people don't see profit from their new business like in the first 5 years. So, you really try to make sure you are not just like dilly dallying in it. I'm not saying like you aren't taking it seriously or aren't like saying like, oh, okay, so this is a slow thing, so I'm gonna just try and go super slow for like 10 years, and like if I don't see anything, like it's not about going slow, it's about consistency, it's about consistent effort. Okay, you can go slow on something and still be so far in a year, I promise you. um you can just believe in yourself, believe in your ideas. They have inherent value in any idea. Honestly, any idea can be, it can be a good idea if told the right way. Okay, if given the right spin, any idea can be a good idea. For real. A pet rock was a thing. I will say again, a pet rock. Like that sounds like a joke. Like if you saw that like on a meme or something and it didn't exist, it was like a pet rock. Like what is this? Like a skit? Like is this um like you wouldn't believe it's a real thing, you know? You wouldn't believe that it was possible, like a pet rock. But yeah, that made a millionaire. And I'm pretty sure he actually went on to do things that he actually believed in. Not to say he didn't believe in pet rock, because he believed in it enough to make it happen. But he probably used that money to actually build something that he actually saw merit in, actually saw meaning in. Um, yeah. And that's really like that's what a lot of people are waiting on. They're waiting on some type of funding, some type of thing to save them for their life of turmoil and labor. But really, that labor is what will make you into the person that you're trying to be. And that check you're waiting on is going to ruin your life. Okay, if you win the lottery, you will be ruined. Yeah, honestly, you will probably not enjoy it unless you're like 80 or something and you literally just want to travel and you don't have any interest in like buying a big house or like buying a new car, and you probably will give most of your money to your kids or family and stuff. I definitely don't think winning the lottery is gonna what is gonna be what makes you great, Birdie. I think that winning the lottery is gonna ruin your life, honestly. And yeah, statistically, winning the lottery does ruin lives. Yeah. So yeah, don't be waiting on that sugar daddy to save you, cause he's not gonna save you, bro. He knows. He knows the game. He knows that you're not smart enough to use that money because you weren't smart enough to earn that money. So yeah, just really like make sure you are trying to pave a way for you, and you are valuing your ideas. You are valuing them inherently. Okay, you are owning your and honestly, not every idea is gonna be a good idea, but you should think so until proven otherwise. Until you know it's a bad idea. Until you know, okay, there are better ways to do this, or there's a better concept that I have. Like, write down as many ideas as you can until you have one or a few that you can move forward with and try and build a working layout of how that idea will play out in the real world. And then you'll see even more things that you can cross out. So just really try and write down as many ideas as you can and try and um not count any out. Not count any out before it's time to. Like really just have faith in you, because you are your source of faith. All right. Uh, yeah, you are your beacon of faith. You are your own beacon of faith. You are the brightest light that's gonna be in your life. Okay. Or at least you should be. You should be shining brighter than anything else. Not to sound conceited, literally the exact opposite, because helping you have a better mindset, helping yourself have a better mindset, helps everybody else around you, literally. Like, I smile everywhere I go. I smile everywhere I go. Everybody else smile back at me. Not creepy or nothing creepy or anything, but just people can tell that I'm in a good mood. I'm probably a good guy. I'm probably easy to have a conversation with, and I get that vibe from them. In return, it is reciprocated. So I definitely think that is nothing selfish about want like really really chasing a better you. Really trying to be better in every situation. you know um nothing selfish about that at all. I honestly think it is inherently selfless because it requires you to constantly think about you being, or think about you being flawed. Think about how you aren't perfect, how you could be better, you know? It's not anything self-praising at all. Literally, it's a very uncomfortable process, but it's something that gets easier with time. 'Cause, whew, a year ago, man, I was just sad. I was a sad stoner, literally smoking to escape, drinking to escape. Man, I was smoking and drinking to escape. Smoking a lot, drinking. Yeah, I was never really much of a drinker. But smoking a lot. Yeah, I've tamed down some. I'm not gonna lie, I still smoke. Actually, I haven't smoked in like I haven't smoked in a minute. Actually, I ain't smoked in like a good 2 3 weeks. I think 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. Um, but yeah, I still eat edible every now and then, but I don't be like high, like at all. I'm not high, ever really. Maybe at night I do like to get high. Just really, I'm not gonna lie. It started out because I like to I said I couldn't sleep, at night. So you know what, might as well eat this half edible, eat this piece of an edible. But um, and then it just became um it feels good to lay down high. But yeah, honestly, I came a long way, and it was very uncomfortable. I kind of got really off track with that. I came a long way. It was very uncomfortable to realize that I needed to change and realize that I needed to be better to get to where I said I wanted to go. Um, yeah, that took a lot of um introspection and self doubt. Mm. Not self doubt. Self doubt is the wrong word, but that's the best term that I can think of for doubting yourself in a way that um, not self doubt, humility. It took a lot of humility. That's the word I'm looking for. For me to realize that I am. Excuse me. I'm not that guy. It took a lot of humility for me to realize that I'm not that guy. And for me to be that guy, I have to make some big changes in how I look at the world and how I um, go about attaining my goals, go about reaching for them. Because, you can say you want to be a millionaire all day. All right. All right. That's not going to make it happen. That's not going to make that a reality for you. All right. It's not at all. Um, I really hope that you know that. I really hope that you know that you can want to be rich all day, but Mr. Beast is not going to come up to you and give you a Lamborghini, all right? Uh yeah, this is just not how the universe works. Honestly, I'm gonna go on a tangent for a little bit. I really want to know what were those people like, what was going on in their life to where the universe sent them Mr. Beast? Like, what was going on in their life for honestly, I bet it was just super random. I bet their life was going pretty normal, and one day that happened, and it was kind of like a test because something that a shift that big, like I bet it would really test your character. I bet it would. I really bet it would. Like most people think, oh man, if I had $1 million, man, if I had a couple bands or $100,000, man, I would be a completely different person, man. I wouldn't be doing this, wouldn't be doing that. I mean, but you're doing it now, and you have $10. So why do you think you'd be better with more money? That's not how it works. It's about how you use it, and I honestly think that it would be a test on your character and how you choose to treat people after that, how you choose to treat yourself after that. Because if you're thinking that you're this luck magnet or this if you're thinking that you are special in any type of way because that happened, I bet the universe will check you. I bet it would. Well, yeah, it definitely does with the lottery. Checks the crap out of you. Um, yeah, just reality, man. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, Mr. Beast is not gonna come and save you, so don't think he will, and don't hope for it either, because it's probably not going to be a good thing for you for Mr. Beast to yeah. But um yeah, like, so don't really like believe in that plan. And find people who believe in that plan. Find people who believe in you. Find people who are not telling you what you can't do, but telling you what you need to do, telling you what you have to do to be better. Find a peer who can peer mentor you, and who you can mentor to, who you can check to. Because, I mean, yeah, nobody likes a person who thinks they have it all figured out. Nobody likes a person who thinks they are the solution, you know. Um, People like people who are people. People like people who are changing, who are growing, who are imperfectly perfect. Perfectly imperfect. I said that backwards. You see? I am whatever I just said. I don't want to get it wrong. But and I'm honestly, I know I have my quirks. I was never somebody who thought they were honestly, I hated myself for years. Hated myself for my choices and all of that. I can open on about that. But I'm not going to, because I did that for so long, and it took a long time for me to really learn how to value myself, learn how to value my energy, learn how to value my thoughts, learn how to value my body. Like, literally, those are big things that I really just start to try and give attention to. But yeah, and I've if people ain't seen the difference I have for myself, okay, I've seen the changes in my character. I've seen a I've seen a reaction from the universe, and just how I'm treated from day to day, whether it be uh um a, a normal, like, just like um conversation, or whether it be um literally in anything. I see a big difference in the quality of it, and I definitely would contribute that to me, not just me taking excuse me, not just me taking inventory of how I am and how I could be better, but me trying to proactively be better with meditating, with exercise, with um, I don't want to say this, but it's probably a little bit of um weed and psychedelics, just a little bit of that. Doing some work under the hood. But because and it, and I'm it's not just like me saying things, okay? Psychedelics are, specifically psilocybin, has been proven to cause neurogenesis, which is the new formation of neurons in new connections in the brain. And yeah, you are what you do. So I assume that yeah, if you take shrooms, I'm not saying that yeah, taking shrooms is gonna save you, but if you taking shrooms and building new patterns, your brain will literally morph into something different. Okay, it's literally going to change. So, and I feel like um I don't want to say that I felt different like mentally, but I definitely have seen like a shift in my viewpoint of things, and it's easier to be nicer. It's easier to think more positively now. Um, who knows if that just comes with just thinking positively and just that, or if it has actually been a benefit of some sorts. Um, but yeah, yeah, it could be a lot of different things. Who knows? But it's pretty cool to think about, right? Um, yeah, man, I cannot wait until we have like really proof that psilocybin and um, what is it called, weed, and like just all these things that we think are like we have a hunch that they are helping us, that they are making our lives better. We could really know, because I mean, before like we knew cigarettes were bad, we thought they were good for us. We thought that they were in aid of some sorts. You know, they used to prescribe well, not just cigarettes but alcohol. We thought alcohol was they used to prescribe alcohol. Like they thought that literally it was doing something. It thought it was literally doing the opposite of what it actually was doing. And I mean, I think that honestly, I think that weed isn't as good as a lot of people think. I think that it isn't as risk free as most people think. I see a lot of people just they're completely different when they start smoking. They're completely different when they just start being high all the time. I definitely saw that in me a little. Um, I'm pretty sure if you were to ask somebody else, it would have been a lot. Or like, I'm just saying, like, cause I can only say that looking back. You know, I couldn't say I was changing then. But I definitely think that weed was it's not as risk free as a lot of people think. There are trade offs with everything. There are trade offs. Um, yeah, and I honestly can't wait till we have like the conclusion of what's gonna happen. You know, the conclusion of what's actually helping, what's hurting. You know, so what's causing damage. I think it's probably somewhere in the middle. It's probably doing a little bit of both. Uh, it's probably a lot more complex than we think. There are many, many different compounds in weed, and the brain is a complex thing. The body's an even more complex thing. We like to think that the brain is more complex than the body, but the brain, uh, I would say the brain is more complex than the body. But the body is more, what am I trying to say? The body is probably more interconnected with the brain than we think, you know? And I think that we will probably see um, a lot of, um, just a lot of hopeful studies about that. Uh, um, about the brain and body being interconnected and being better than hopefully better than all the past studies. 'Cause I mean, I mean, we're getting away from now. We're getting away from people needing, or ADHD people needing Ritalin and Adderall to, because we thought that was a thing. We thought that that was what was needed. We're getting away from that. So we are having some type of progression. Okay, we are having some type of betterment in a society that values the connection between um, what is it called? All natural, between being bettering your yourself, bettering your trying to work on yourself before you try to add anything else to the mix, because that is what's really going to last. All right, that's what's gonna last in the next generation. Yeah, yep. I really kind of forgot where I was going with that. Um, yeah, value your changes, value your uh, value the work. All right. It could be somebody who is um I don't know, somebody who's bad, who doesn't feel like they are getting anywhere in life, who doesn't feel like they are getting any better in their situation or getting any better in their understanding of things, and things is just getting more and more confusing as time's going by. You can be better. I promise you can. Promise you can. You can you can aim for a better you. Okay. Firstly, I think if it was me and I was that person, I would first start with meditating. Now, it's not gonna be fun. Meditation is not fun. Honestly, it's not. Honestly, most of meditation is self-examination. Well, at least my meditation, mindfulness. Most of mindfulness meditation is self-examination and ruthless self-examination of your thought patterns and of how you choose to go about thinking about things and how you choose to go about approaching things. Because a lot of it is just out of muscle memory. A lot of it is just out of, that's where your brain goes. You don't really think about it. You know, excuse me. You don't think about it at all. It's literally just a habit. So, yeah, that's like, it's not a comfortable thing, meditation. So don't think that they're gonna get down and start, like, you're gonna cross your legs, get down, light a candle, and just think that you're like, you're definitely gonna feel like you're gonna feel stupid for doing it. It's not gonna feel like the thing is gonna be the thing that solves all your problems, and it's not gonna be the thing that solves all your problems, but it's going to definitely help a lot. Yeah, you're gonna feel stupid while you're doing it, but once you start doing it, you start pushing past the, oh, why am I doing this? What do I think I like? Do I think I'm Gandhi? Like, do I think I'm some monk? Why am I doing this? Why is this like taking so long? Why am I like, once you get past that and just really just start to breathe and start to have these weird ideas come up in your head, and weird patterns of thought, and weird ideas about the world, or just ideas about whatever you're thinking about, you will definitely see what I'm talking about. You will see your brain literally going in a loop of idea, judgment, self judgment, and then depending on how bad you have it, another self judgment, and then probably a tangent somewhere in there, and then judgment, and just literally patterns like that just continuing to happen. All right, I promise you, you will. And once you really start paying attention to that and start thinking about why that's happening and where that started, you can start undoing that damage, okay? Undoing that trauma in your life that led for you to think like that, that led to that programming. You can really start doing psychoanalysis on yourself, and it's a very powerful tool that people need to they need to start practicing daily. Or I honestly, I don't even meditate daily. I meditate like probably once every other day, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah, it's definitely something that you can do daily. I should do it daily. I don't know why I don't do it daily. Um, yeah, I'm going to start doing it daily. You know what? I will. I will at least try to do it daily. I'm gonna aim to do it daily. And I'm not perfect. I'm going to try to do it daily. But yeah, I should honestly just wake up and meditate. That's just probably the best bet. Yeah, yeah, but I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, meditation. Meditation is a very powerful tool. It is something that people should practice more. It's something that should get out of the woo woo of the world. You know, people should stop thinking of people who meditate as people who are um, self-righteous, or people who are kind of fake Gandhis or fake gurus, whatever it is. It's not That's not it. You know, those are just people who heard that it was a good idea from someone who actually meditated, and then they practiced it, and then they began to say, you know what, I think people should listen. I mean, I think people should start like actually doing this. This is actually something that's pretty good. And those people were probably once skeptics. So I'm just saying that to say that it's a powerful tool, and more people should do it. You know, uh, right now after this, if you can, meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. Just sit with your thoughts. Sit with you for a moment. Take it all in. All right, take in the world. Take in. And you can start with the world, or start with just you. Start with I mean, your situation, whatever. Honestly, just literally, you don't gotta think about anything. But once you start thinking, that's really when you start um what is it called? Thinking. Once you start thinking, that's when you start thinking. Because I mean, like, once you start thinking, you start to see how you're thinking. You start to see why you're thinking, how you're thinking. All right, you start to see, the patterns. And yeah, it's all about creating better patterns. It's all about having better habits. And meditation definitely helps that. Definitely helps. It's a good first start. Next, if I was that unhappy person, I forgot that was like a huge tangent to that. But if I was a better person, I would then I would probably start some type of workout routine, or just start getting out in the sun. Cause the sun, anybody who's just been, literally, if you just go outside, you feel happy. If the sun's out, you feel happy. I mean, if it's a nice day, you feel happy. If it's cloudy, you'll probably feel a little sad. You'll feel a little depressed. But if it's a nice day, you'll feel happy. The sky is blue, sun's out, the clouds are kind of peaking. You'll feel like, wow, my life's actually not that bad. I can fix it. It's doable. And yeah, I would definitely start with a workout routine if that is something that is possible. I would start with trying to um I would then probably start with, well, I think that all of this was kind of meant to work together. Just as in, like, once you start meditating, you will start thinking about what's wrong with your life. You'll start thinking about, why is this happening? Like, literally, why am I in this situation? You know, and that will get you to start thinking about how to get out of the situation. And that will, it'll be a domino effect of benefits, of changes in your life that are benefiting you in ways that you can't really see right now. It's it's changes that are happening under the hood, that are preparing for bigger changes that will happen, um, that will be very noticeable. You know, very noticeable over time. Um, yeah, and then you will, honestly, once you're meditating for like a couple months and working out for a couple months, a couple weeks, you will start to see your mind change and see your patterns change, and you will crave different things. All right, so that's why you see people who get their life together, just stop doing a certain activity. They will start hanging out with different people. They'll start literally change into a different person. They will literally be somebody completely different. So yeah, that's why that happens. And people just change with time. So not just say that. Yeah, people grow apart. I was kind of getting off subject, but dang, what was I talking about for this? Yeah. Cascading effect. Yeah, it can just do a lot of things that you aren't privy to right now. All right, you never know. Life's about optimizing for luck. Okay, I always say that. You just never know what opportunity can arise if you're ready to take it. Okay. Uh, yeah. Um, yeah. So really, really try to be ready to take as many as you can. Yeah. And I bet after your work, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was talking about. After you're working out, and after you're meditating for a few months, few weeks, even like just after like a week, if you actually just meditate every day for a week, you will see. I bet you will see, at least start to see what I'm talking about. At least start to see the loop. At least start to see your patterns of thought. Okay. Which is what's tripping you, what's making you what's why you're here. It's why you're here, because you have a certain pattern of thought. And everybody who made it realized that, or if they didn't have that pattern of thought, they were just lucky enough to have um, perfect parents who have like no faults. That's super rare. Is what I'm trying to say. If they were just that lucky, then they had adopted a pattern of thought from the world, and the um from the what is it called? They were just looking to have adopted the pattern of thought from the world and from their experiences, and for them to have uh gotten into a situation, like, because when you see successful people, they all kind of have that aura to them. They have a certain um charm, or yeah, anybody who is on the internet know what I mean. I mean, look at any successful person. They have a certain characteristic to them that you can't uh really put your finger on it. But they have that because it was carved by their experiences. It was carved by them, and we all have that. We just have to tap into it. We just have to activate it. And meditation and working out is a start to it. It is a start to approaching it. Okay, it's not the answer, but once you start that, you will start making better habits. You will start eating better. You will start living a better life, studying possibly more, possibly. You could start a new hobby that could lead to something you don't even know. You could start just doing you would literally become a different person. That's what I'm getting to. You become a different person if you start that. I really didn't want this to be about meditation, but the universe kind of led me to it. It's really not just about meditation. I said some pretty other, uh, I feel valuable topics in there, but yeah, like value your energy, value your life, value right now. All right, I feel like this is a good time to end it. I hope that you are freaking amazing today. This beautiful hump day. Okay. I hope that you enjoyed this podcast today. I hope that you are happy and you are screaming hooray. Hopefully today you are positive and you are loving and you are caring and you are helping somebody be better today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.